And welcome to Mindfulness Monday, excuse me. We're lucky enough once again to have Vivian Hermes, a certified mindfulness facilitator, lead us through this exercise. Keep in mind, next week we will not be here because of the holiday, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. So, Vivian, go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you and welcome everyone. I thought that since today is a Monday and also happens to be the day before the elections, there might be some lingering feelings of uncertainty that might be creating a little bit of tension in the body. So I thought the practice we could use today is one where we tune into the contact points of our bodies and just begin to notice what's happening. Um, our body has a natural way of creating constriction, um, contraction in various areas. So we'll just kind of move through the body and see how that feels. Maybe sometimes even creating contractions to create a contrast that we can work with. But first, I invite you to stretch out. Do your best to stretch your hands out and above you or to your sides, whatever feels comfortable, however high you want to, and your feet also stretching them out, flexing them, pointing them. As you flex them, really letting the energy push out through the heels when you're flexing them, letting that energy push out through the toes, and do your best to expand your fingers and your toes as wide as you can. And then settling in. When you feel ready, just begin by investigating the physical sensations of feeling supported by the chair or the ground. So you can do this by noticing where in the body is there contact with any surface. So there might be the back of the upper legs making contact, maybe the calves, the upper back, the head, maybe the arms, your sitting bones pressing into it. And begin to just direct the attention to the feet, noticing any and all sensations on the surface of the feet or the insides of the feet. Without moving your toes, can you feel what the sensations are in your pinky toes? Oftentimes, we don't have that sort of clarity of sensation. And now maybe wiggling your toes to see which of the toes you can actually feel in this moment. We're doing this to sort of build our sensory clarity. Notice the same as you move your attention up through the shins and the calves and the ankles and knees. What sensations are here? Do they feel particularly tense or soft, relaxed, or constricted? Seeing if you can invite some softness to the area or add, if it's already feeling pretty relaxed, inviting a little more softness and heaviness in the legs, moving the attention up into the upper legs and the thighs, the hamstrings in the back and the quads in the front. Is there any sort of constriction happening, any sort of holding happening. Can you let them relax? Let them be heavy. Let the entire sensation in the legs be heavy, weighted. Take notice of the hands, the surface of the hands and fingers, as well as the insides of the hands. Notice the sensations at the joints. Are the hands laying softly? Can you let them be heavy? Can you relax the wrists and the forearms? Letting the elbows rest, as well as the upper arms. Letting them be heavy, limp. Notice what happens as you allow this to happen. What happens in the shoulders? Is there tension still in the shoulders? Inviting some relaxation there, which is a place where we often hold tension. If it's helpful, you can raise the shoulders up to the neck and roll them back slowly and down. Doing that a couple of times as you need to, raising the shoulders up to the ears as high as you can, and then rolling them back and down. What sensations are at the shoulders at this point? So I invite you to pick an area anywhere in your body where you feel the sensations very clearly. So that might be at the hands or at the feet or in the belly, in the face. But it really can be anywhere in the body. And this is going to be your focal point. This is where you're going to place your attention. And as you give your attention to this area, you can use the label feel every 3 to 5 seconds to help enhance your experience of that area. Bring your attention back to the sensations in that area. Feel, feel. As you practice in this way, your aim is to stay with the physical sensations as they're happening. We're just using the label as a bit of a prompt for ourselves, a directive to continually bring us back to that area. We'll do this in silence for a bit. But before we drop into this silence, I just want to recognize that the mind's going to wander as you do this. The mind's always seeking novelty, and after a while, it gets distracted by something more novel than the thing you're directing it to look at or to experience. So, staying gentle with yourself as this happens. And if the sensations in that particular area begin to feel a bit faint, or you lose contact with the physical sensations there, you can either press your feet or flex and point, or squeeze your hands and release, or if it's your legs, um, pressing your hands against your legs or squeezing your legs together, or if it's your belly, constricting the belly and then letting it expand. Whatever thing you can do to create that contrast in experience to bring your senses back online, to notice the physical sensations in that area. So continuing in this way, see if you can invite more and more relaxation and softness to the area. Continuing this practice of contact point sensing and recognizing that these few minutes, these moments are a way for you to inform your mind that in this moment you are relatively safe, you are grounded, you have stability, you have contact. Feel, feel, feel. Taking a moment to check into where the mind is in this next moment. Has it wandered or has it stayed with your contact point? If it's wandered, gently guiding it back to your contact point and continuing to practice, knowing that from the perspective of mindfulness, the true benefit comes from that repetitive action of the mind wandering and us bringing it back to our area of focus. So, not getting frustrated or upset or disappointed when the mind wanders. That is part of the exercise. And we embrace the opportunity to continually come back, knowing that we're sharpening our skills further. Continuing to use the label feel if it's helpful. And wherever you are in this practice, beginning to widen your attention to encompass and to include the whole body, and taking notice if anything feels different than when you started. Has anything shifted? Does the body feel more relaxed or more agitated or something in between? Do you feel more sleepy or more alert? There isn't a particular way that the body should be right now. And when we take stock of these things, we're just taking them on as data points to learn what's happening in this moment, not trying to fix it, not creating any frustration around it or expectations, doing the best that you can to just be with your body. Also checking into the mind. Does it feel more focused or more scattered and distracted? Does it feel calmer or more anxious? Or something else? And then also checking in to see what sorts of emotions are here. There's a whole range of emotions you could be experiencing all at the same time. So, our practice is one of just noticing. So you can have shifts in the body, in the mind, in the emotions, or you might not have any shifts at all. The practice is one of looking and experiencing with some degree of openness and curiosity, hopefully. How is this body doing today? How is this mind doing? How is this heart doing? And as you practice in this way, taking an opportunity to offer some gratitude to yourself, to recognize that you could have been doing an infinite number of things today, and you chose to take this time for yourself, for your body and your mind and your heart to settle, to create this opportunity to connect with yourself in this deeper way. So, offering some gratitude for your choices. It could be a simple thank you. It was nice being with you. And then say your name. And we can recognize that in addition to the benefits that we personally gain from these practices, that all those who come into contact with us also get to benefit from the fact that we might be a little more patient, a little kinder, a little more compassionate, more loving in our thoughts and in our words and in our actions towards them. So as we benefit, those who we come into contact with also benefit. And as we begin to gently draw this period of practice to a close, I invite you to slowly open your eyes if they were closed and begin to move your head and neck, maintaining some of that mindfulness, even if it's 10–20% as you shift back into full engagement and awareness of your surroundings. So, as we experiment with keeping some of that flavor with that contact point that we were using through this practice, begin to note the sights around you, activating your head and neck and your arms and your legs and your spine, seeing, moving, identifying, being able to make contact with things, tangible things, whether it's within our body or within the space that we're in, are a big part of us feeling safe and secure. So I encourage you to take this practice into your daily life and see how you can connect as you're moving through the day and through the various activities. So it could mean as something as simple as really connecting to your hands when you're typing, or really connecting to the sounds in a space that you happen to be in. So there's just so many opportunities that we have to continually remind ourselves, I'm safe, I'm secure, all is well within me. So thank you all for taking this time to practice with me. And I wish you a beautiful week ahead. And we'll be together again in a couple of weeks. Take care.
Everybody, thank you for coming. Jason left a sign-in sheet up in the front. He's signing for credit. So.